How's it going out there? Welcome from H2TechVideos. Today we're going to be going over the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 for beginners. So we're going to be going over some of the basics of kind of where everything is, how to use it, all the basic information you would need to get started using it and having fun. I'm going to go over the different icons so you know where everything is and what everything is. And hopefully this will allow you to better enjoy your tablet since you know how to use it. So, let's start with the buttons on the outside. So on the left side here we actually have our slot. Open this up. This is where your micro USB or micro SIM card goes, actually. Your micro SD. So if you want to expand the storage, you can plug it in right on the side right there. It just snaps right in. At the top here we have our slot for the headphone jack and a little mic. On the right side here we have our standby / power button. If you press it, it will take it from standby. If you hold down on it, it will actually give you the option to power it off, go to airplane mode, or to restart it. You can also put it on mute, or you can turn the volume back up just by holding down on that button on the side right there. The next thing we have here is our volume rocker, volume up, volume down. You have the IR blaster, and this is what you can actually use to use your tablet as a universal remote for your TV. There's an app on here called Peel that you would use, and that will allow you to control your TV via your Galaxy Tab 7.0. Jump to the bottom here, we have our two speakers here for volume, and we have our connection here which you use to charge. And on the back we have our camera. Alright, let's go ahead and power it on. All you have to do to unlock is to simply just tap the screen and drag it in any direction, and it will unlock it. Now what's cool is you have these shortcuts here. You have 4 apps you can set as a shortcut. So you have, right now, the ones that are pre-selected are the calendar, the web browser. We have the video player and our photo gallery, which is where you're going to see all your pictures. So we can change those, and I'll go over that a little bit later in the video. But let's go ahead and just tap anywhere and just swipe, and we're unlocked. And now we're on our home screen. Okay. Now, first thing I want to go over on the home screen here is these buttons you see at the bottom here. So you have the arrow right here, and this is your back arrow. Okay. So if you ever tap on something, you tap the back arrow, it takes you one step back. For example, if I was to launch the YouTube app, tap on YouTube here. YouTube opens up. Maybe you're like, oh man, I didn't mean to press that. No problem. Tap the back arrow, it takes you back one. Tap it again. There you go. Okay. So on other tablets that don't have a back arrow, normally you have to, normally there's like an arrow in the corner or something that kind of takes you back. Well, again, any app that you're in, you just tap the back arrow and it takes you back a step. So just gotta kind of get used to that, especially if you're coming from iOS. iPads don't have any type of back arrow system, so normally in the app you'll see arrows at the top here that take you kind of through different apps or whatnot. But here you're gonna always see your back arrow, and that'll always take you back a step or take you back to home. So next we do have our home button. Okay, and when you tap the home button, it will take you back to your home screen. This is the home screen right now. So for example, if I'm on this screen and I tap the home button, it'll take me back to this screen. If I launch an app, if I launch the web browser and I'm on the internet right now, I could tap the home button right here and it will take me back to the home screen. So that's simply what that does. That's your back to home button. Takes you right back to your home screen, which is this. Next we have our multitask button. It looks like 2 rectangles. We're going to go ahead and tap on that, and it will show you all the apps you currently have running. Now, I don't have enough to slide up and down, but normally if you have more than 6, you can actually swipe up and down. You can see all the rest of the apps. If you look through this list and you say, oh, I'm not using this app or this app, all you have to do is just swipe to the right and the app is gone. Or the right or left, doesn't matter. Okay, but that's how you kind of close out different apps. Now let's say if I was to open up a bunch of apps again, I'm going to open up a couple here. So open 3, and now I go to my multitask manager, or it's really just called the task manager, you know, but you can call it different things. I have these 3 apps open, and maybe you say, hey, you know, I'm not using those anymore. Go ahead and press remove all, and it will get rid of those. This is also a good technique if your tablet's running slow, or you notice your battery's draining a little quickly. You always want to check to see what apps are open, and if you have a lot open, you want to go ahead and hit remove all and close them out so that your tablet will run quicker, because obviously if more things are running, that's more things that are going to drain the battery. Okay, so next you have this little button right here, and this is the screen capture button. You can actually take a picture of your screen and it saves it in your photo gallery. So right here, if we just tap, takes a picture and it automatically goes to our photo gallery, and it actually it'll take you to this cool screen right here where you can actually edit the photo. So I can tap the brush, pick a color, and then I can draw on the screen. I took a picture of the home screen, so there's not much you would do on here, but you know, whatever. Now there's a check mark up here, and if you want to save it with all the markings you made on it, you can go ahead and hit the check. If you don't want to save the marks, just hit the X, and it will discard the edited screen. Okay, but that's how you take a picture of your screen. You could also just tap the button, let it take a picture, and then you can just press the check mark, and it will just save the picture of the screen. You don't always have to write on it if you don't want to. Okay, so those are what those couple buttons down there do. Now, if we tap this arrow here, we have some shortcut apps here. Now, there's a specific name for these, and I forgot what that name is, but these are preset apps that you can actually open up in any program that you're in. So, for example, let's say I go to the internet, and I'm browsing the internet, and I wanted to check an email real quick. I could tap the arrow, and then I can go to the let's see, I think they have, yeah, go to the email app, and I can check my emails real quick, just like that. And there's a little arrow. I'll go back and do that again. But what's cool is these are little mini apps that you can launch no matter what app you're in. It's kind of like the way the Galaxy Tab 2 is able to multitask, running multiple things at once. It's limited on this tablet. It is opened up a lot more if you get the Galaxy Note 10.1, but this is kind of like what they started with before it got really elaborate. So let's go back to, let's say again we're in the internet. We tap the arrow, and let's say we go to the calculator. You can actually pull up a calculator, and you can actually make calculations. You can even move this over here, and you can still go back to using the internet. You know, so that's kind of the coolest part about it, is that I could, let's see, I'm going to go to MSN. I'm just going to go to any website. You can search the web and still have your calculator open if you need to make calculations while you're browsing the web. So that's kind of a cool little feature of the mini apps right there. And you can drag it around wherever you want. If you want to close it, you press the X. If you press this arrow in the corner, it will actually make this app cover the whole screen. So this app will take over. So if I tap the arrow here, now it's going to take over the screen. I just see my calculator. And then I can go back to home, pressing the home button to get back to the main screen. So you can customize this. If you tap the arrow, then press edit. You can look through some of the other. There really aren't that many. I think there's only 7 total mini apps, and they haven't built anymore, so there's not much to customize. I think there's like 1 you could change. Let's see, there's 3. Yeah, there are 7 apps. The only one you can switch is if you wanted to put an alarm on here, and that's really about it. So let me see. I think you would hold down. Yeah, I mean, because there's not that many apps there's not much to change. So, you know, but those are the mini apps, and that's what that little arrow does down here. Now, going over to the right here, where you have your clock, this is an important section. A lot of people, you wouldn't even know if someone didn't point it out to you. So this actually takes you to your notification section. Okay, if you tap the clock, you actually get this full list, this full menu here, where starting with the time, you get the date, you get these switches here that will allow you to turn on and off Wi-Fi. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see it better. So right now we can turn on Wi-Fi on and off really easy. We have GPS. You can mute the volume that quick. You can adjust the screen rotation, so when you turn the screen, if you don't want the screen to rotate, you can basically turn on and off through here. You can put on a power save mode to reserve your battery. You can turn on Bluetooth. You can put it in driving mode, sync, all those things. It's a little small, but you can see your battery percentage, how strong is the battery right now. You can also adjust your your brightness right here. You can, kind of make it brighter or darker, or you can put it on auto and then it'll decide how bright or how dark it needs to be. I'm going to take it off of auto for now though. You also have a shortcut to your settings. Tap here, it'll take you right to your settings menu. Zoom out a little bit, and then at the bottom you have your notification section, and what this will show you is everything from when you get new emails. It'll show you if any of your apps have updated. It'll show you if there's a software update. So like right now there's a software update for this tablet, so I would have to update it just by tapping software update. It also shows that I took a screen capture. I took a picture of the screen and I can tap it right here to look at that screenshot. Now maybe you say, if you look through this list here, maybe you've read everything in here, you can go ahead and press clear and it gets rid of it for you. What it'll also show is if you have a Facebook notification or a tweet or a notification from Instagram. All that will show up in this section. So you want to check this periodically to see if maybe someone has sent you anything new, and that's where you would check it. And like, for example, it shows that there's 4 new emails. If I want to look at those emails, I would literally just... Screen keeps going dark. I would just tap where it says 4 new emails, and it'll take us right to the email app. Okay, back to home. So that's your notification section. All you have to do is tap the clock and it pops up automatically. Okay, and let's zoom out a little bit here. I'm going to turn off Bluetooth, so I turned it off by accident. And to close this part out, just simply tap the arrow or tap the X right here in the upper right corner, and it's gone. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to show you is how do you get to your apps. Maybe you want to see what apps are on there, or maybe you download the app but you don't know how to get to it. Real simple. In the upper right corner, you have this, which is called your app drawer. When you tap on this, it will take you to all the apps that are on the tablet. So, and we have a couple of pages worth. Okay. Now, if you look at the top here, it says apps and it says widgets. Okay. So, apps are like programs for a tablet, and when you tap an app, it will launch it. It will open it up so you can see it. Now, you also have what are called widgets, and let me show you an example of a widget. This, for example, is a widget. This is the email widget, and this is what allows you to look at your emails from the home screen. Widgets are just little shortcuts you can put on the home screen so that you wouldn't necessarily have to launch the whole app. Maybe you can get some of the information just by the widget. For example, this is the clock widget, excuse me, this is the calendar widget, and obviously there's not many appointments on here, but this is an example of what a widget is. And we could come over here, and I'm going to show you how you would add a widget to your home screen. There's 2 ways to do it. One is we're going to tap our app drawer up here. We're going to tap widgets, and then we're going to see a couple of different widgets as we scroll left and right. And let's say I want to put, let's say I want to put the memo widget on my home screen. Simply hold down on it, and you can drag it right to the screen, and then you let it go where you want it to be on the screen. Let's let it go right here. And so it would ask you if you want to actually type something on the memo right now. So I'm just going to type hello. All widgets won't do this, so this is just because it's a note widget, obviously. We're going to save, and now we have a widget, which is our note widget. So that's literally, it's that easy to add a widget. Now the other way to do it, which is even easier, is you just, with your finger, hold down the screen and tap where it says add to home screen. and then we're going to tap apps and widgets, and it takes us right back to the widget section. And then we can just go, let's say we wanted to do Yahoo Finance. We can hold down and just let it go, and now we'll tap the screen, and there it is. We have our widget. Now you can also resize. Most widgets will let you resize them, which is making it bigger or smaller. Just simply hold down on it, and there's these little dots. Let me zoom in so you can see this better. There are these little dots, little orange dots, and basically you just hold on the dot and you just drag it up or down. Now when it gets red, it means you can't go any further, but we can go up. We can even go, this one only lets us go up and down. Some widgets will let you size them left and right as well. So this one is restricted to only going up and down. And then we just tap like a blank spot in the screen and it's finished. Okay? So that's kind of how you add widgets. Now I want to show you how to change your background picture, because maybe you took a picture and you wanted to be your background, or maybe you just want a different background. Real simple. You're gonna just find a blank spot on the screen where you don't see anything, like right here, and hold down. Now actually you wouldn't want to do it up here. You'd want to do it somewhere towards the middle of the screen. So hold down, and this menu comes up, and it'll, right here in the blue, it's kind of hard to see it, but it says set wallpaper for, and you can do your home screen, lock screen, or both. I'm going to do the home screen, so tap home screen. You can grab them from 3 different places. You can grab them from, one is going to be the gallery, and the gallery is where you're going to find pictures that you've taken with the camera on the Galaxy tab, or pictures you've downloaded. Okay, live wallpapers are special wallpapers that actually move in the background. They tend to drain your battery a little bit, but they do look really cool, and I'll show you one. And the third place you can pull your wallpaper from is the wallpaper section. There's preloaded wallpapers that come on the tablet. So let's start with a live wallpaper. Go ahead and tap live wallpaper. Okay. And so there's 5 different ones that are available. I'm going to do the scramble free one. So we're going to just tap that. And what it'll do is it'll show you a preview first, so you can see what it looks like and decide if you want that one. So this one is, that's alright. When you tap the screen, oh, you see how it has the letters falling down? That's kind of, you know, that's this version of a live wallpaper. This one is not the best though. There's a lot better ones. I'm gonna use the back arrow to go back, and we'll look at some other ones. Let's do the bubbles. That's a cool one too. So in the background you would see these bubbles. So let's go ahead and, let's say if you like this one, you would tap set wallpaper, and then we go back home, and now we have those bubbles in the background. You kind of see it better in between right here. Okay, so I don't really recommend using live wallpapers, just because, again, they will slow down your tablet, and that's the last thing you want, is for it to run slower. So unless you really just bored, or you like it, go for it. It's up to you. Use it at your own risk, but it can drain the battery or make it run slower. So just keep that in mind. Now we're going to hold down the screen here, and we're going to go back to home screen under set wallpaper for, and this time we're going to go to the wallpaper section, and we're going to change the background to this one. I like this one. It has a little raindrop right there. Press set wallpaper, and there you go. That's how you change the wallpaper. So pretty simple. And again, if you wanted to make it a picture you've taken with the camera, you use the gallery one. Hold down home screen and then hit gallery. Okay. Now, next thing I want to show you, and this is probably the thing you've been waiting for, is how do I download apps? Okay. Real simple. You're going to find the app that says Play Store. Okay. And this should be on one of your home screens. If you don't see it, it will be in your app drawer. Okay, so tap Play Store. Now the only way to make purchases through the Play Store is, one, you should have already set it up with a Gmail account, and they will ask you to put a credit card on the account. I believe you can make purchases if you don't have a credit card on there, but as soon as you want to buy a paid app, it will prompt you to put in a credit card number or you won't be able to buy it. So just keep that in mind. When it's time to search, you can search for apps, music, books, magazines, or movies. All in one place, one-stop shop. Let's tap on apps. I'm going to show you an easy way to find good apps. You have a lot of shortcuts on the front here. You have Tablet 101, must-have apps, games, staff picks. You can swipe from, let's see, we want to swipe. So start on the left and swipe to your right, and it'll bring up the categories. You can kind of go down this list and decide what category do you want to look at. You can even go right to widgets. You can see what are the best shortcut widgets for your home screen. Okay? Use the back arrow to go back. We can swipe. We can start on the right and swipe to the left. We have top paid apps. Swipe again. Top free apps. Again, all this can work with your finger too. Right to left. We have top grossing apps. So what's downloading the most? Top new apps. Top new free. I always recommend look for the free stuff first. You're going to find a lot more free apps on an Android tablet than you will on an iPad or iPad mini. So don't be so quick to buy a paid one. Check for the free ones first. There's a lot of free ones. A lot of the Angry Birds are free. And if you have to get the paid one, go for it. But you're going to find that you're not going to spend as much money with an Android tablet. So woohoo for that. Let's download an app real quick here just so we can show you what the process is. Let's download Tic-Tac-Toe. We're going to just tap it right here. And what it'll do is you have the option to read a description of the app. You can read reviews. You can see what the rating is. You also can look at pictures of what the app looks like. So we can tap one of these pictures and I can see that the app looks like, you know, it's loading right now. This is kind of like the layout of the app. So you can say, oh, that looks cool, or you can say, oh, that looks cheesy, I don't like it, and you can just go to something else. If you want to get back, tap the screen, or tap this arrow down here, and tap the back arrow, and it'll take you back to here. If you decide you want it, go ahead and tap install, and then tap accept and download, and it will start downloading. Okay, now you can tap keep shopping if you want to look for more apps, or you can press your home button. We can get back to our main screen. Right now it's asking, do you want to allow for auto updating? For this one I do. I'm going to check the box, and that's something you can change later. Okay, and if it downloads quick enough, you will see an open button here where you can take it and open it up right from here. Okay, and I'm going to go back home. Alright, the last thing I'm going to show you, and this is what I told you I'd show you in the beginning, is how to change your shortcut apps. You know, when you first turn the tablet on, you have these 4 shortcuts here. I'm going to show you how to change those. Now what you're going to do, we're going to go home. We're already home. We're going to tap the time in the corner. We want to bring up our notification section and go to where it says settings. And from there, you want to go all the way down to where it says security. Okay, and you want to go to where it says lock screen options. Okay, and then it says shortcuts, and you have the ability to turn off the shortcuts if you don't want to have those 4 apps there, but I'm going to show you how to change them. Go ahead and tap shortcuts, and these are the 4 it's showing now. When you want to change them, simply hold down on the app and drag it down the trash can. Okay, and we're going to drag this one down too. I guess I can't move that one. Okay, here we go. And this one. Okay, tap the plus and it'll let you look for new apps. So I'm going to set the first one to be an alarm. Second one is going to be the Bible, and the last one is going to be a calculator. Okay, and now I have new shortcuts, and all I do is go back to home. We'll put it to sleep, turn it back on, and now we have our new 4 lock screen options. Okay, We got maybe like a second left. I'm going to show you one more thing. Go to the time again, go to settings, and this time I want you to go again to security. Now go to screen lock. This is where you can set how you want to lock the tablet. So if you want to make it so there's a password, someone has to put in a code to log in, you would do it right here. You can go to where it says, well, you have a couple different options. Let me go over them for you. You can do a basic swipe, which is no security. That's what it's on right now. You can do a face unlock, where you actually hold the tablet up to your face and it will actually read your face. And if it doesn't see your face, it will not unlock. So that's a cool feature to definitely make sure your tablet's secure. You can make it a pattern, where you actually have to swipe a pattern to unlock it, or you can make it a PIN number, which is a lot more secure. So you have a couple of different options here. You can just simply go none, totally up to you. And one more, last final thing we're going to get out of here is go to display, and you can set the tablet so it doesn't time out so fast simply by going to screen timeout. Tap here and we can go 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I recommend 5 minutes. 2 to 5 is probably the best. Be careful with 30 minutes because that one will leave it on and the battery will drain a little bit more. But just by setting it to 2 minutes, it won't go off so fast, so you have to keep turning it back on so quick. Alright, so this has been the Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 for beginners. Hope you guys found this helpful. Make sure you like the video if you did find it helpful. Subscribe to H2TechVideos and keep watching. Alright, one last thing people always tend to ask, so I wanted to make sure to mention this. This is the pen I used in the video. This is a pen that's by Bamboo, and it's one of my favorite pens out there. It's 30 bucks. Works good with the tablet. It helps cut down on fingerprints. So this would be a nice little accessory to get for your Galaxy Tab 2. Alright, if you're watching this on December 25th, hey, have a Merry Christmas. Have a good one now.